All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Just all praises to the well-called God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem, meaning in the name, and Yahushai, being the name of the only begotten Son, whom we are to praise, whom we are to worship. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to a hopeful lake, preaching His word in truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp, Lord well, with another video to edify. And as you see on the screen, this plays straight into prophecy. It says Iran's supreme leader calls on Muslim nations to stand against wickedness of Western powers. You see, and this is all fulfilling prophecy because what? Let me get this one. It tells you in nations. Revelation. No, that's not the one. Give me a second. Here you go. Jeremiah 51 and 7, it says, Babylon had been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. You see, America, the Lord used America to what? Set up the scene that needed to happen for the destruction of the end. Right? And it's caused all the nations to what? Drink of that cup. Meaning they when you go into that cup, you go back into the scriptures, it's the same cup that we drunk of. So all the nations have gotten all types of, battery, bruises, have been abused just like Jake has. It says the nations have drunken over wine, and the nations have fully taken on all the philosophies of America. They're wearing suits, they're wearing ties, their women are out of order. They've taken on all that. It says, therefore, the nations are mad. Because of all this, all the unrighteous dealings, all the sanctions, all this devil literally going into their countries and just beating them to a pulp. Now the nations are angry. It says, I'll drop it there. That's all I needed on that. So back in this article, it says the Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has declared that Iran and other Muslim nations must resist the wickedness of Western powers. It says, in their meddling in the region, in a speech delivered during a holy period of Hajj, it's because Khamenei launched many inflammatory statements directed at Western countries. When they're saying Western countries, they're not sitting there talking about South America. They're not talking about South America. They're talking about Esau, the so-called white man. It says Western countries, and called all Muslim nations to combat adverse interference in the region. Today, our nations, our youth, our scientists, our religious scholars, our civic intellectuals, our politicians, our political parties, and our people must make up for that dishonorable, embarrassing past. They must stand firm and resist the aggression, interference, and wickedness of Western powers. Khamenei said. It says, announced during his annual message marking Hajj, a religious pilgrimage Muslims aim to undertake at least once during their lives. You see? And this is what's happening now. This statement to all these Muslim nations, they're talking to all them Arabs. And that goes right back into prophecy. Right here, right? It's 2nd Ezra 15 and 28. It says, behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and a multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth. And this is why all those Arab nations now they're getting together in the Air Force. They got a mean navy, right? Their ground troops. They're consolidating all their forces. They're getting big, man. It says that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. It says also the Carmanians going into the Persians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as a wild boar of the wood, as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrian. And really, this is going into that spiritual Assyria, which America could be compared to that, because the Syrians were known for what? Being proud, being rash, and being a whooping stick of the Lord towards Israel. And this is exactly what Esau's done. So spiritually, America can also be called Assyria. It says, then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, because this is what's happening. When you go back into Iran, the Persian Empire, those are some people that you don't fuck with, man. Even the Romans couldn't fully conquer Persia, right? They couldn't really fully, beat that place down and put it in subjection, right? Then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, right? Because what the scriptures tell you, he shall be like a madman. All the hands of the people shall be upon him, right? It says, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then these shall be troubled bled, and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. You see, and this is what's happening. Those dragons of Arabia are getting roused up. The Lord is getting those major parts for World War III ready and girded in their minds to go. You see, this is prophecy, man. This is a major prophecy. It's a major prophecy, and they're seeing that this devil is outrageously wicked. Now, this ties into prophecy because the Lord said, "What? My determination." Right? Zephaniah 3 and 8, it says, therefore wait ye upon me, said Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prayer. And this is why brothers aren't sitting there in no militant spirit. Because at the end of the day, we want the Lord to come, but really this is his fight. This is his fight. Remember, if a man came up to your woman and tried to start shit with her, you wouldn't expect her to start throwing hands. You know damn well when you come in, though, you throwing hands, right? And this is the way, we the Lord's woman, right? The entire nation of Israel is the Lord's woman, because the scriptures tell you the Lord has likened Zion unto a comely and delicate woman, right? It says, therefore wait ye upon me, say Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations. You see? It says that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And this is why war is starting to kick up. You see? Because this next war, it's going to be one of fire. And these nations, Iran being one of them, because they're one of those ones that have that nuclear power, right? It says, Isaiah 9 and 5, it says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. You see, all those old wars, it was clinking and clacking. People throwing fists, all that hand-to-hand combat. You don't know whose blood you had on you. It says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. You see? Because what? The Lord is going to sit here and melt all the elements with fervent heat. And America is going to be visited. What does it say? Shall more be called? Look, right here. This is one of them. This is verse 5, Isaiah 32:5. The vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. And who's the most vile and who's the most churl, meaning going in the cruel? Esau, Edom. You know, this devil has been able to be bountiful, though he's done the most wrong in the world. But the Lord said he's no longer going to be bountiful. It says, for the vile person will speak villainly, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy and utter error against Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. It says the instruments of the cruel are evil, and the devices of the wicked device. It says he deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even the needy. That's needy. Even when the needy speaketh right. You see, and this is what he's done in the earth. So what? Now we're coming into a time where what the Lord said. Right here. This is Isaiah 47 and 1. It says, "Come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." America is that virgin daughter of Babylon because what? It is everything that Babylon did and some. And it's never been really penetrated by outside war. It says, "Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldees, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." You see? Because what? The Lord is going to make these nations visit this place. Right? Russia's been doing it. And that goes back in the scriptures where it says, the evil thought shall come into his mind. Now, the Lord is preparing this place to be visited. This is why all these nations are getting together. That old camaraderie that they had in the old world, that's going to start coming back, man. You know? So just a quick lesson, something to look out for. Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to say, call her law. Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Crocodile, Shalom.